Amanda, and I help motivated survivors to transform their lives. I'm a survivor myself, and I'm a recovering addict and alcoholic. And today I would like to share with you about resolutions because I don't feel that we actually make resolutions only during the new year. I know myself, I've made promises to myself, or I've tried to make resolutions or changes during major milestones. Like when I graduate, I'm going to do this. Or on my birthday, I'm going to stop smoking. Or after this holiday, I'm going to stop eating sugar and I'm going to straighten everything up. Or in 6 months, if this relationship isn't where I want it to be, then I'm going to do something different. And what I've realized is that every time that I try to organize my life around changing it by a certain date, it's as if life has a different plan for me than the plans that I always try to construct for myself. And I think the fact that I try to create plans like this, or I try to manifest these types of changes in my life, has a lot to do with what happened to me when I was a child, feeling so powerless. Now, my sense of powerlessness doesn't only come from what happened to me during my abuse, because I wasn't only abused as a child. I'm also a survivor of rape and other forms of violence. So there have been a lot of different times in my life where I have felt like I wished that I could change something. And so often what happens is that sense of powerlessness translates over into me trying to make resolutions and make overarching changes about my life. And I have a feeling that probably some of you relate with this, about wanting to drastically change who you are so that you can be acceptable for other people, or also so that you can have more peace in your life. And the only thing that I have found that can truly give me peace is not to change myself to make other people happy, or to try to manipulate other people to change themselves to make me happy. What has really given me a sense of serenity is not so much focusing on a major milestone to change my life, but this moment. Because it's in this moment that I actually feel that I have the power to change one simple thing. Just the one thing that I am confronted with in any moment. Because it's in the present where I have the strength, where I have a sense of choice. And it's only in my mind that I think that I have the power to change really big things. And usually what happens when I get into that thought process of trying to change big things is that I get stressed, I get disappointed in myself, and I start a downward spiral. And I don't want you to have to live like that, because I know when I lived like that, all it led to were breakdowns. It led to me drinking, it led to me using, and I didn't just use substances, I used people. So it led to series of relationships combined with other relationships, because I needed to make my life as complicated as possible so that I could avoid looking at myself. And when I say avoid looking at myself, that doesn't just mean that I would focus out here. It means that when I would look at myself, I wasn't really looking at what I needed to change. Because as long as I'm overwhelmed, then I'm distracted from where the real pain is. And that pain exists now. My mind tries to tell me that exists in a lot of other situations, or that I can blame it on a lot of different things. But the only place, like I was talking about earlier, that I can find peace is in this moment. So what I would like to suggest to you is, instead of making a resolution for the new year or for your birthday or for the holiday to eat different, to act different, to be different, would be to think about this moment right now. What do you need in this moment right now where you find yourself? What do you need to be safe, to feel nurtured, to be loved? Right now, if I think about what do I need, well, I think that I might be a little bit thirsty. So I have a little bit of water. I'm going to get a little bit of water. And that's great. And it's a little thing. I felt thirsty. I didn't even organize to have some water here with me. But there was some, and so I took a drink of water. One of our basic needs, and a lot of times I can act out and get really cranky because I'm dehydrated or because I'm hungry, because my mind tries to force me to focus on anything else other than what I need in this moment. So what do you need? What do you need in this moment to have peace, just to feel whole right now? And what you can do is write it down. You can write it down, because what happens to me, as you know, I am terminally forgetful, and I will forget the most basic and simple thing to help myself feel fulfilled. So as we come into the new year, I wish you absolute peace and serenity in this moment. And please feel free, if you have challenges or questions or any comments about this process, to get in touch with me. Thank you.